can tell the quality of a company by its tellers. And you always tell the quality of a teller by the way she does her work.
Here's your receipt. And thank you, Mrs. Fenton.
You're welcome.
Good morning.
Good morning.
$4.85 out of $10.
That's right. Nice day, isn't it?
Yes, it certainly is. That was $4.85, 90, $5, and 5 is 10. Here's your receipt. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
May I help you?
My bill.
We met her for only a few seconds, but that was time enough for her to impress us with her friendliness, ability, and accuracy. She made us feel good toward herself and her company. Yet in those same few seconds, what a different story is told by this teller.
Oh, excuse me.
I call it How to Lose Friends and Infuriate People all in one easy lesson. Is it any wonder, then, why we are so careful about the kind of girl we put behind this desk? To fill this position, what sort of a girl do we select? Obviously, we need a personable young woman, alert and accurate, with a quick mind and a ready smile. We remember that she is the only face-to-face contact many of our customers have with the company. The operator is important.
What number were you calling, please?
She impresses the customer with her voice with a smile. However, the most frequent opportunity our customers have to meet the telephone company in person is during their visits to pay their bills. Now, everybody pays bills. Everybody expects to pay bills. But you know yourself that nobody really enjoys paying out money, especially if they feel it is not appreciated. With our company, it is the teller who lets the customer know the payment of his bill is appreciated. That is why this is one of the most important public relations jobs in the entire Bell telephone system. Just because the contact is brief, or because it's the same thing repeated, don't let the customer feel that the transaction is mere routine to us. It is not routine to the customer. Every one of them has had to make some effort to get here. Let's consider this housewife. She had to arrange her housework and comb her hair and change her clothes to come down here. This man is taking time from his work to get in to pay this bill. And everyone likes to feel that his effort is appreciated as well as his payment. You will show this naturally if you remember to treat your customers as graciously as you greet guests in your own home. And why not? In a sense, you are the hostess for the company. You are the one they come to in an attractive, quiet office. This is a background that will set off your friendliness, tact, and graciousness. Qualities that make your work pleasant and that please your customers. The overtones in good service. And it's so easy to be friendly. Working with customers is the most interesting part of your job. The actual mechanics of taking the money, stamping the receipt, and returning the change can be done as effortlessly as a hostess serving her guests. And like her, you can make the act seem personal to the one you are serving. You can make the customer feel important. And believe me, the customer is important to us, the same as to any other business. Our advertising is designed to help those customers get to know us better. Our service representative does her best to give a pleasing and satisfactory service. Our installers and repairmen combine courtesy with efficiency in their work. And likewise, the teller has her chance to impress our customers favorably. After all, she meets them face to face more frequently than all the others put together. She is the one who can say,
"Thank you, Mr. Jackson."
She is the one who can thank the customers for their payments while showing a personal interest in serving them.
Good morning.
Good morning. I want to pay $5 on this bill. My husband's been sick and our expenses have been pretty heavy.
I know how that is. I'll be glad to credit your account.
Thank you.
Now, notice how she gives the closing a personal touch.
Here's your receipt. Thank you, Mrs. Wright. And I do hope Mr. Wright will be well soon.
Oh, he's getting better, thank you.
An alert and thoughtful girl like that is sure to please her customers. The company can constantly improve its service, handle more long-distance calls faster, more accurately, keep the connections trouble-free, promptly prepare simple, accurate bills. In short, spare no pains to give the best possible service at the lowest possible cost. But that can all be undone by a girl like this. Inconsiderate, unfriendly, she has let her work become mechanical, forgetting she is a human being dealing with human beings. Remember, everyone you deal with has problems on his mind. This man, for instance, just learned he must undergo an operation. This woman is worried about her baby. And this girl is thinking, although we all know what young girls think about. Anyway, although we meet them for only a few seconds, we can give each one the friendly, personal consideration we ourselves would like to receive. Even a little thing like giving simple directions can be done so as to arouse respect and admiration.
Good afternoon. Can I help you?
Is there a telephone booth around where I can make a telephone call?
Yes, right over there. Do you need any change?
No, I have a 5 cents. Thank you.
You're welcome.
There was a bit of service plus. It was thoughtful of her to ask whether the woman needed change. However, it's not always possible for her to take care of every request herself.
Good morning.
Morning. Do you have a telephone directory for Middletown?
I'm not sure. All of our out-of-town directories are in that bookcase across the room. If you don't find it, one of the young ladies at the desk will be glad to help you.
Oh, thanks.
You're welcome.
When she must refer the person elsewhere, she does so courteously. This woman, for instance, believes...
There's a mistake here. I don't know anything about this call on my bill.
We certainly want to correct any mistake. I don't have those records right here, but if you'll step over to the second desk, Miss Sherman will be glad to look it up for you.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
At times, she may be unable to grant the request, and she politely explains why.
Can I make a payment on an electric bill here?
No, I'm sorry. You can make that payment in their office 2 blocks down the street.
I was afraid of that. Well, thanks anyhow.
You're welcome.
And so she continues meeting dozens of different types of situations, some simple, some difficult and calling for much tact. She handles all of them skillfully, naturally. She couldn't be more at home if she were in her own living room. Yet this effect is the result of viewpoint, study, and practice, just like the flitting fingers of an expert typist. Both acquired their skills through careful application. They deliberately formed correct working habits. Now, how many such skills, all involving good overtones, do you think a teller must develop? 5? 7? 10? Well, let's count them. 1. Greet the customer. 2. Receive his bill and money. 3. Separate the stub from the bill. 4. Verify with the customer the money received and the amount to be paid. 5. Stamp the stub and the bill. 6. Make the correct change. 7. Place the change in the customer's hand. 8. Hand the customer his receipt, noting his name. 9. Thank the customer by name if the name on the receipt appears to be his. 10. File the receipted stub. 11. Place the money in the cash box. 12. Be alert to greet the next customer. 12 of them, a full dozen, and there is one correct way to perform each of them, with only a few seconds to do them all perfectly, and at the same time to establish a personal relationship with the customer and maintain good overtones. And yet we have seen how simple it is when we've learned how to do it. To learn the correct way to do each item, let's follow a skillful girl as she does her job pleasantly and effectively. She starts the day right by arranging her tools in the most convenient positions. She keeps the receipt stamp on its pad near the clear space on which she handles the customer's bill. Directly in front of her, where she can see the contents by simply lowering her eyes, is the cash box, where her coins are always arranged according to their value. First, pennies, then nickels, dimes, quarters, and half-dollars. With each denomination always in the same section, the bills are placed portrait side up, clearly showing her their faces. That is a clever system our most accurate tellers have developed to prevent themselves from handing out the wrong bill. In the extra space are kept the larger denominations and rolls of coins. Beside the cash box is the receptacle for filing the company's receipted stubs. A logical place for everything, and everything in its place. Ready for business, she will greet her first customer by letting him know she is at his service. Her look will be as friendly and helpful as her voice, as she says,
Good morning.
Good morning.
She accepts the bill and money, placing them on the clear space before her. Thus, they cannot get mixed up with anything else on her desk, and the customer's money can be easily identified. With a swift, single motion, she divides the bill. One part for the customer, the other for the company, so that both have a record of the payment. To make sure we caught exactly how she separates the bill and the stub, let's watch her do it again. It's quick, it's easy, and it leaves a neat edge. To be accurate and to avoid any misunderstanding, she verifies the figures with him.
$4.85 out of $10.
By looking him in the eyes as she does so, she makes him realize he is receiving personal attention. Usually, he answers her.
That's right. I'm just getting in under the wire this month. I thought I'd sent you a check, but I discovered that I hadn't.
Bills are easy to overlook, aren't they?
This one was.
Then, in order to turn them into receipts, she stamps both parts of the bill. Of course, you noticed that she used her stamp like a lady, and not like a carpenter. A skillful teller grasps the stamp firmly, pressing it lightly on the ink pad. She then places it gently in the correct position and rolls it down with a quick motion. The result is a legible impression giving the date and her number. For the correct amount of change, she reaches into her cash box, and to make certain of being accurate, she selects the smallest number of coins and bills to make the correct amount of change. The payment of $4.85 added to the 15 cents in coin makes 5, and a 5 makes 10. She then picks up the receipt. She holds the $5 and receipt in her left hand and the coins in her right. Beginning with the amount paid, she counts the money into his hand.
485, 90, 5, and 5 is 10.
Not having to check his change, he is ready to accept his receipt and to move on promptly.
Here's your receipt. Thank you, Mr. Miller.
You're welcome. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
There's a point. How do you suppose she knew his name? Yes, that's right. She saw it on the receipt. No doubt about it. He enjoyed doing business with her. We all like people who take an interest in us. As he leaves, she files her stub in its proper place. By filing the stub and arranging his money in her cash box, she finishes the transaction and is ready to serve the next customer, looking her squarely in the eyes as she greets her.
Good morning. May I help you?
Yes, please.
And that's all there is to it. Of course, the money is later deposited in the bank, and the receipted stub goes to the accounting office. There, it is used to credit the customer's account so that he will not be billed again for the amount he has already paid. Yes, it may be only a little piece of paper, but it is just as important as the money it represents. And the correct handling begins with the teller and her 12 basic operations. First, greet the customer with a smile in your voice and your eyes.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Then, accept his bill and money. Separate the stub from the bill. Verify with the customer the money received and the amount to be paid.
$4.85 out of $10.
That's right.
Stamp the stub and bill, not with a nerve-wracking bang, but with a noiseless roll. Then make the correct change using the smallest number of coins and bills that will provide the required amount of change. Pick up the receipt. Then, with the coins in your right hand, bills and receipt in your left, place the change in the customer's hand. Check the amount as you do so.
485, 90, 5, and 5 is 10.
Hand him his receipt, noting his name.
Here's your receipt.
Then thank him by name if you believe the name on the receipt is his. Filing the receipted stub and arranging the money in the cash box leaves you free to serve the next customer. That's the job. Important to the company and important to you, because our customers are judging us both by the accurate, prompt, and friendly way you handle them. We know you can have them saying, those telephone people are really nice to do business with. You can tell by the teller.